Howdy do. What's up? This is Dastardly Dungeon Day doing some Dungeons and Dragons and stuff with our good old pal Whimsical Wisp. Today we're doing a 1v1 1v1 in Rust. Uh so we are going to jump in. Wisp, are you in the V2D?
Yes, I just had to find the tab.
Awesome. Alright. So I'm going to close Crowsworn. Oh, that looks awesome. So I guess some free advertising to our zero viewers right there. So Wispmeister, how much do you remember from your previous session? So nearly 2 weeks ago.
I remember quite a bit, as it was emotionally scarring for me. It was so scarring. I think I passed out for the rest of that night.
Sorry.
So it's okay. So we had the experience in the forest. We had a very terrible run-in with, because of a lack of a better term, Wendigo-looking creatures.
Mm-hmm.
We had some sort of curse placed on us that made us desire human flesh. Sigurd, already knowing what that is like, no thanks. And he tried to help Enna, although I'm not sure how successful in the end I was, but I tried. And then as we were running to town, I don't remember what it was particularly, because I remember this was from the session you guys just had last week. Apparently I stayed behind to fend something off, or something was chasing after us, or at least Sigurd was convinced that was happening. And so they went into town, and now I'm here dealing with whatever's coming after us.
Awesome. All right. So you've pretty much recapped everything there, even beyond what I thought you would be able to, which is great. So I'm going to put a little thing.
I try and take.
All right. So Sigurd, the singster.
Here. 10.5. Awesome. I just realized I have 2 monitors again, so I can move things around. Awesome.
Right, for some reason, it's been locked. Turn that off. Binding box, turn that off. See if that works better. Whoa, for some reason.
Did it flash ping you?
Yeah.
Because I saw.
I don't know exactly why that's happening, but, it is what it is. That's fine. Right, so, Sigurd, as you are leaving the forest with your friends in a massive panic, a rush, as you all feel the weight of this curse starting to bear down on you. You are able to you're able to hear the sound of something large kind of rushing down behind you. Obviously, we all know that Sigurd has a very protective streak, especially when it comes to Enna. So, seeing the potential for danger there, we can safely assume that Sigurd would have turned around and been like, "I'll protect all y'all," right? And that's where we are right now.
Yep, that's about right.
So they continue off. They were slightly injured. I think, Sigurd, you probably took the least amount of damage because you were just bopping fools left and right with your pan. So
I still took quite a bit.
Yeah.
So if I took the least amount, then I'm glad I'm the one who's staying back and protecting, because that's not the greatest.
So, all right. As you, um, as you are moving through the forest in the dark, you can hear the movement of the creatures, these things scuttling around in the dark. The major discovery that the three of you made was that the majority of these seem to just be people wearing like skull masks, right? But there's one that's extremely large, and it doesn't like its bones are visible and things like that. So this isn't someone just wearing a costume. This isn't.
Do I have a minute, like, while this thing is rustling through?
Not a minute. You've got
How about 6 seconds?
6 seconds. Yeah.
Okay, so if I think I can. I don't think it says. I think you can use however many you want as an action. And I think I'm just gonna go for all of it. I think was what 15. Yeah. So I'm gonna use my lay on hands. Since I didn't use all of it up, I'm gonna use the rest of my lay on hands to. Sorry, wrong button. I'm gonna use the rest of my lay on my hands to myself to heal myself back as much as I can, and then with my frying pans, just be like, "Come on, then, you spooky creature!"
Awesome. All right. So, you successfully do your lay on hands, and begin taunting the things in the darkness. Why is that like freaking out? It's so strange. I don't know. All right.
Righty.
I'm just looking at this live stream footage and it's just gone. All right now. I will
Many tabs.
take this off.
Okay, so get rid of that one. Keep that one. This one is here. No, don't need that.
All right. Okay. So, creature comes out from the trees, rushes towards you, and you see the sheer size of this creature. You realize that you are still exhausted as well, which is no good.
Yeah.
You have second level, so your speed is halved. And the creature, let's not have it that close to you because you would be absolutely screwed if it was that close to you.
I don't know what the stat block is. Maybe it's got 1,000 HP. Maybe I'm not supposed to fight it. I don't know.
All right, but you see it coming towards you out of the darkness. It's large. It's hunched over. Its forearms stretched down to the snow below. Its long knife-like fingers just leaving score marks as it walks. It's not. It doesn't appear to be in a frenzy at the moment. It's not like sprinting towards you. Rather, it's kind of stalking around behind the trees, just kind of looking at you from a distance as you stand there, acting all macho.
As I see it, I'm gonna like attempt to mimic its patterns, and kind of stalk it back in a circle as I'm slowly like inching my way towards the direction that the other two went. So it looks like I'm stalking him and going around him, but I'm actually just moving closer to town.
All right. Okay. So, Yeah, sure. You can roll me performance for that.
Awesome. Performance. Does it automatically count the -1?
It is going to be disadvantage.
Oh, it's disadvantage, not just a -1. Okay. I don't remember what level is -1. Oh, well. 8.
It. All right. Your attempt at appearing intimidating and stalking and things like that there haven't went particularly well. You kind of trip on a branch, and as you look down, you realize it wasn't a branch; it was a skeleton. You can see the head just kind of like bobbing away down the hill a little bit. The creature takes the opportunity that you're distracted for just a moment to head up and make an attack. So it has a points attack. So let's see. That is that's going to be a strength save. So that's not a disadvantage. That's just normal.
That's a check. Strength save. At normal. 18.
18. All right. So you succeed in your save, and as you move out of the way, you see the creature like bound towards you. It jumps. It goes to kind of like tackle you. You move out of the way, and you see it like hit the snow and roll a couple of times before it like bangs against the tree. Like sticks its claws into the tree to like pull itself back up off the ground, turns to face you, and just roars this awful sound. Sounds like 1,000 chittering bugs, all kind of like screaming all at once, coming from this creature's gaping skeletal jaw, right? But while you have it, while it's distracted with this movement of like rolling and climbing and getting back up and stuff, you have a moment to make some evasive maneuvers. Right. So, tell me what you would like to do.
Is this like a turn?
Essentially, yeah. We'll take a turn by turn.
So let's see here. So my movement's half, correct?
Yes. Although you can make a dash action to get full movement again.
15.
There's also the hide action as well.
Yeah.
If you want to do things other than the attack action. So.
Well, so I feel like this is gonna be more of DM's ruling on whether or not this is possible. Because my thought process is I could pick up like either skeleton head or a rock or something, and then not necessarily take the hide action, but just go behind like whatever this is here, a tree or whatnot.
Yeah, tree.
And then throw the like rock off that way.
I will allow you to do all of that as like a single kind of action. That's
awesome.
Seems fine.
Okay. So I'm just gonna pick up probably just skeleton head just for flavor. I'm gonna take 10, 15, and then I just chuck it that away.
Alrighty, Rue. So you can make me a Dex check, right? Don't do this one at disadvantage because this is the equivalent of an attack roll. So just a straight Dex check. Okay.
16.
16, yeah. You throw it, it bounds through the snow, clattering against a boulder further up. And you hear from your current position. You can't see, but you hear the screech and clawing and the sounds of small trees being like pushed out of the way as this creature like sprints towards the sound to investigate. You can just about see it in the trees, looking for the source of the sound. All right, okay. So it is distracted. Once again, let's see. What are you gonna do?
Being extremely cautious, Sigurd is gonna like kind of keep one of his. Are walrus now? My brain's like thinking. I guess it would be Thanoi. Are Thanoi eyes like look like normal human eyes, or would they be closer to like on both sides of his head?
Yeah, so walruses are like, I guess, more predator, so their eyes are forward facing, but they do bulge out, right? They're big old bulgy eyes, so that they're not actually inset. So technically, they should be able to like rotate those eyes around enough to like get a good like side, like good peripheral view.
It wasn't super important. I was curious.
So yeah, you've got those.
He's keeping like one look at the one that he knows, and he's keeping the other eye basically trying to watch where he steps to avoid. Like he's just like cautiously like, don't step on anything else. Don't step on anything else. Don't step on anything else.
You've got like you can control your eyes individually.
It's amazing.
That has to, right. Okay. I will let you do that, right? 100%, but that has to be something that Sigurd is able to do moving forward, right? He's just like, alright, I'm going to point my eyes in different directions. You've been too nervous to do it around your new friends, because everybody else that sees it goes, ugh.
Sigurd's like, I don't like doing this in front of other people, but no one else is here right now.
Alright, okay, so, with precision from your ambidextrous eyes, you start to sneak around the forest floor. Could I get a stealth check, please? I will let you have this as a straight roll because I would have given you advantage because you've got the guy distracted. So it'll be a straight roll. And it's a 19. Awesome. Okay, so I've also noticed that your rolls are actually coming up in the chat like pretty instantly now. There's no that was an issue for us for a while, so that seems to be better. He also I'm confused. Right. Okay. So you Wisp, are you there? We will pause for just a moment while we figure out what is going on, because Wisp's kind of here, so just give me a moment. This stream is sponsored by Patreon Supporter Legends. Are you ready to embark on an adventure in the world of Corda Ren? Join us as we delve into the realm of fantasy and imagination, where heroes are forged and legends are born. With our exclusive Patreon tiers, you can become part of the action like never before. From the local hero tier to the esteemed Dastardly Dungeon Master tier, there's a level for every aspiring adventurer. Unleash the power of iconic characters such as Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, Joker from DC, or even my favourite, Spampton from Deltarune, with our custom stat blocks and character options. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or a novice hero, there's always room for you in our expanding universe. Immerse yourself in a world of intrigue, danger, and magic as you embark on thrilling quests and daring escapades. Join forces with fellow patrons, battle fearsome foes, and claim your rightful place among the supporter legends. So, what are you waiting for? Take the first step on your journey today. Visit our Patreon page and become a legend in your own right. Adventure awaits, hero. Will you answer it? So, we're back. Right. You are able to kind of sneak around as you keep one eye to the floor and avoid stepping on anything that will creak or snap or bounce, right? The creature you can hear is like sniffing around over there. It has rolled its own perception check, right? It's sniffing around, but your stealth was actually better than its perception, so that's great.
I like to imagine it's not necessarily that his stealth was better than his perception. It's the fact that he has the eyes, and it's like anytime it goes to specifically look for him, he's like, "Oh, she's looking for me," so he ducks behind like a weird like rock or something.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so as you continue down through the woods, you can still hear the sounds of skittering, mostly in the trees above you. You realize that your lighting is possibly going to be an issue. It might give you away in the darkness here. What do you want to do?
As in, it's getting brighter?
As in, you've got a torch lit in the middle of a dark forest.
Oh, I thought...
Yeah, I'm disconnecting from chat or from VC for some reason. Right, we're back. So,
are Thanoi proficient in swimming?
you are. Yeah, you can swim completely without issue. Yeah, I think you have a
How
swim
deep
speed.
is this?
I mean, it gets deeper the further in you go, but I would say by the middle, you could be completely submerged twice. So let's say like it's about 12 foot deep or whatever.
Okay, so I imagine Sigurd, knowing that the torch might give him away, is actually gonna like kind of lay the like he's gonna roll it like partially in the snow to make it like more embery, but he's gonna leave the torch here and he's gonna make like a careful break for the water, and he's gonna try and submerge himself and go this way toward the town.
All right. Okay. So we've left our torch.
Love being in pitch black darkness.
Leave your torch.
Sigurd is just like, I'm gonna try and... I'm a rock. I'm a floating rock. No one is gonna notice me. I'm a floating rock.
He's a floating rock. All right. You make your way deep into the water. You realize that while you're able to swim, your ability to see in the dark is obviously going to be hampered by the lack of a torch. You are able to swim, easy peasy. Meanwhile, you can hear the sound of the skittering from earlier get louder as you can just about see at the edge of the water that you just left. A couple of these creatures, the smaller mask-wearing folk, come to the edge of the water and are unable to follow you deeper in. You make your way over to the other side, and beneath you, you hear the sound of something creaking. It sounds like wood, but not like solid tree, but rather like a door or a floorboard or something beneath you.
Beneath me in the river?
As you step out of the river and begin at the other side.
Oh, I was planning on just going straight down the creek.
Oh,
okay.
Oh no, that's fine.
I mean,
Let's do that. You can float down the river. Perfect. I'm happy with that. So,
yeah. The plan was just like, if Sigurd specifically saw that the creek was going like back towards the creature, maybe. Like, I guess it depends on the shape of the creek.
the river is certainly flowing away from the creature, so you're not that's not an issue. So you hop in, and basically without your vision, this was a genius idea. I love that.
I imagine Sigurd's like got his eyes like closed anyway, and he's like, "I'm a floating rock. I'm a floating rock," and he's just hiding, like it's just a rock. I don't. It's okay.
Yeah, so you're like just in like that fetal position, like a permanent kind of cannonball as you like float down the river.
Absolutely.
You do bump into rocks and stuff on the way down, but the river isn't that fast moving, so you're not like taking any damage. You're just kind of like
he's got a lot of blubber.
Yeah.
I'd have to imagine he'd probably be used to that, and he can't move. Like normally he has a 30 feet of like swim speed, but right now he has only got 15. So I imagine he'd try and like just float so as to not draw attention.
Sure. All right. So, I'm going to bring you to a different map, right? But this map is more just for like a representative thing as opposed to us actually being there, if that makes sense. It's just to help us with theater of the mind stuff.
Right.
So
I will say, I don't know how your opinion is on this. I know, for my opinion, when my players like go out of bounds and it's like I don't have maps for that, I usually just use a base grid, and then I draw whatever I need to on top of it.
I see. Yeah. I mean, we're not.
I mean, you guide us way better than I do, so.
All right, I'm gonna paste you in here. It's been a while since we were here. Right.
I don't like the name of that.
You've been here before. Don't you worry about
it. I can see. I see building outlines. Oh, I remember.
You remember the plague den?
Yep, I definitely remember the plague den. All right.
So, as you're swept along the river, you feel the river begin to get like tighter and tighter to your sides. As you are still unable to see, you kind of reach out around you to kind of prevent yourself from bumping into things and realize that you've entered like a small tunnel now. I don't know what how Sigurd is with like claustrophobia and stuff, but basically you are unable to like extend your arms and legs in any direction. You have entered this tunnel in cannonball form, and that is the only way you're going to be able to continue.
Is it like hampering his breathing?
No. Your head's.
I imagine Sigurd is just like. It's like I feel like as long as Sigurd can breathe, he's gonna try and make the best. Like
this is like a spin-off movie, like Sigurd's Day Out or something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, but he's probably. I imagine he's not like the biggest. Like I feel like the only thing that would annoy him is not being able to breathe or eat. So I feel like the not really moving thing is like
as you're flowing down this river, you are able to breathe up until the moment a full blown like trout like finds itself lodged in your mouth. So you're a happy boy.
It's like, ooh, got free food as he's just flowing down the river.
Just swallow it whole. Like, this is the best day ever. All right. So with that, we need to get back to the spooky stuff. So
Yep. Stuff, yep.
through the claustrophobic tunnel of trout, you eventually find yourself in a small, not a small, actually, a fairly sizable cavern. It's illuminated by you can see the walls and ceiling and stuff of this place as the water reflects some sort of light peeking down through a hole in the like a skylight at the top of this cavern. It illuminates the whole place with the effect of like wavy water. You can see up against the shore of this underground lake, essentially. You can see there are boxes and barrels and the like. You can hear movement and hushed whispers coming from a tunnel that you can see at the coast of the lake.
So is the coast the way I came in from?
No, you came in through like a little tunnel that like fed into the lake. Now you're like in this underground lake area.
Okay. And so I see a shore.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anywhere that the water leads out, or no? Is it like the lake is contained within the area?
It appears to be contained. Yes. Although you can see that. Actually, give me a nature check, and I'll give you a little bit.
Awesome. I love it when the dice decide fate. Oh shoot.
Oh,
I
no.
disadvantage.
Hey, 2 nat 20s. Awesome.
Okay. Well,
Sigurd is like super knowledgeable when it comes to like where fish live, right?
Well, no, because it was like that, and it was also like the history check on the underwater like cavern. Like I feel like he's just like he's ate the salmon that flew in his mouth, and now he's just like, yep,
He's
I'm having
absorbed
a
its
great time.
knowledge. All right,
That is amazing.
so you're able to see that this place basically fills to the ceiling from time to time, and then it must drain out somewhere. But from your current kind of position at the surface of the water, you can't really see anywhere it would drain from. Possibly it drains from some point beneath the water, but it's too dark for you to see down there.
Or somewhere further up the shore if it fills all the way up.
True. So, all right. So you see a little. Do you know what? We will say that this whole room that you're in right now, this is the lake, right? You are able to see coming from a direction over here. Torch. Let's make this flickering light. Yeah, there we go. You can kind of see that. A little bit of a.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where the shore is.
That's you see a tunnel on the shore that leads out, and you can see like some sort of like torch light, some flame illuminating that particular corridor. You can also hear noise of like shuffling and hushed tones of voices going on that direction.
I'm gonna get close to the shore. Are there any like? Is there like a group of like barrels or boxes next to each other by the shore?
Yes. Barrels, crates, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so Sigurd's gonna go up and he's gonna like kind of like not pull the barrels into the water, but he's gonna get out onto the shore and be by that, and he's gonna try without opening. He's gonna try and either look through the creases or he's gonna like sniff through the barrel to see if it's like food or drugs or if it's something else.
Sure. Give me perception. Um,
Perception is
12.
okay.
All right.
That's
Sigurd is a
12.
chef, and Sigurd would recognize the smell of meat anywhere. Sigurd is also very hungry.
Um. Hmm. Sigurd is contemplating. Hmm. Uh. Hmm. Is there a fire pit somewhere here?
You can see light coming from further down the
Mm,
tunnel, but not nothing that's
no,
far out.
nor on the shore.
No.
Okay. Uh, Sigurd, knowing that it's meat and being exhausted as he already is, Sigurd is hoping that he just happened into an underground fishing ring and he just wants to either leave or find somewhere to cook the food he has on him. So Sigurd is going to kind of sidle up against the wall because
Mm-hmm.
he's exhausted, and he's gonna like cautiously get closer
Okay.
through the tunnel.
All right. As you continue down through the tunnel, uh, you can hear some some uh, some noises. You can hear the sound of footsteps kind of descending en masse. En masse. So you've got like what sounds like anywhere between like 3 and 10 people like coming down a set of stairs somewhere, echoing in the distance. You can hear them talking in hushed tones together, and you can hear the sound of one person whom isn't speaking in soft tones, saying, who the hell is you? Let me go. I don't want to be here. I'm a vegetarian.
Hmm. Uh, would I be able to tell which direction they're coming from?
Um, for now, we will say that the majority of this is going to be pretty linear. You're not going to have too many options in terms of the tunnel layout. It appears like
Okay.
this is a you can see what do you call them, like wooden beams holding this place up. It almost looks excavated to some degree, although it's definitely a cave. It's definitely like natural. There are elements to this that would make you believe that it's been repurposed.
Okay. Sigurd hearing the voices and hearing about vegetarian, he's going to like brush off his coat, get out his frying pan and his like meat cleaver, and he's gonna like calmly be like chef things. And then he's just gonna like walk forward.
All right. Okay. So, continuing forward, you eventually reach uh, a small room. This room, do you know what? It would be actually closer and more equivalent to something like this.
Ah. All right.
And certainly not this.
Yeah.
You've had enough of him. Right. So,
Yeah.
as you find yourself in this small room, you see that it is filled with cages. The cages are not unlike those that you would see in like a dog kennels type thing for like the sled dogs and stuff. But you do see that there's something very off about these cages. Not withholding the fact that one of the cages holds a person, which I probably should have said first.
I honestly was expecting them to be human sized.
Sure.
I would have been more surprised if they weren't. Sigurd's like, I thought these were gonna be freaking fish
people.
No, it's just more cannibals. Sigurd is like so disinterested. I feel like
sorry, Sigurd.
I feel like no, Sigurd is literally like, I've done the whole like cannibalism thing. Gotta say, it's not as good as like a really good steak. It's just, it's not worth it.
Can I ask, does Sigurd say that out loud?
I will say that Sigurd, he will whisper it out loud.
Okay. So the person in the cage just looks up at you, right? Kind of like chubby cheeks. Kind of their clothes are like way too tight fitting. Looks like maybe they've been fattened up down here. They look up at you and say, "Well, that's good. I'm glad you're not going to eat me."
How'd you get down here anyway?
Don't rightly know. Last thing I remember is I was at a party.
Where was this party exactly?
It was in town at the Frosted Tankard.
Uh-huh. Is that in... Sigurd is looking through things. Is that in Shivergard?
It is, yes. Lovely place,
Uh,
especially this time of year. Wouldn't mind seeing it again. Say, I don't suppose you'd let me out of here, would you?
I want to say something, but it's like partial metagaming. Not even because of what I saw in the session, but just because I remember when we originally ended, we like saw an abandoned church.
Yep, that's true.
But no, because technically we backtracked. Anyway, Sigurd kind of walks up to the cage and he examines how sturdy is the cage.
The cage is it's made of like iron, but it's got clear signs of like rust and decay over the years, especially being down here in like such a damp area.
Sigurd is gonna like, as he's looking at the cage, he looks at the guy. Is the guy really like fat, or is he like I know he has chubby cheeks and he's like decently fat, but is he like, he's fattened up, but is he like really big, or is he like just normal big?
I'd say, do you know what? He looks I think jolly is the correct term. You know, like
Santa Claus size.
yeah. Like
Okay.
he's got like, if he Like he's got a beer gut, like it's a tight belly as opposed to like a soft belly, I guess. And he's got chubby cheeks, and he's got like a red nose. Oh my gosh, it is Santa.
It's just Santa, and that's okay. Sigurd is
Santa's got a
gonna
beer
do.
gut.
Yeah, of course. Sigurd is gonna take a quick scan around the room and see if he sees any keys, and if he doesn't, he's gonna say, I'm a little bit tired, but I'll see what I can do, as he's just gonna grab the bars, like, right where the lock is, and try and... Because he knows that pulling 2 bars apart is not gonna be big enough for Santa to fit through. So he's just gonna pull apart, like, the bars near the lock, and hopefully he can get the door open.
Sure. Well, what we'll do is first you said that you'd have a look for keys, so you can roll me perception for that. That'll be
Awesome.
disadvantage, and then strength as well.
I'm still exhausted. So, perception. That's a 12.
12, not bad. You see a hook near the door that looks like it's supposed to hold keys, but you don't see the keys. So we move on to strength then.
Yep. And strength's at normal or at disadvantage?
Strength would be an disadvantage still, yeah, unless you have a reason to try and bump that up to advantage. You're gonna give
unless me... Let me see. Your strength score.
If you use something to like
leverage.
Yeah, leverage. Leverage. Well, tell you what. With your 12, I'll give you this, right? So you got a 12 for your perception. As you were looking around, you didn't see keys, but what you do see are like, bits of cages that have broken over the years. So there are like some bits of metal lying about that you could use for leverage. So you can get a straight roll if you use one of those.
I'm gonna use one of those, and Sigurd's gonna like do that thing where he like fake spits into his hands and rubs them with the gloves of beluga powder on, and then he shoves one of the things in, and he's like, yeah, and he's gonna use his leverage to try and pry the door off.
Okay, all right.
It's gonna be terribly loud. The piece of metal just snaps.
All right. Okay. So, the guy in the cage, right? He looks at you, says, "Well, it's nice that you tried.
Sorry, I don't know my own strength."
At that, the sound of you prying this open lets out like a creaking sound, like a, and then the sound of the metal snapping is just a really loud clank.
That's gonna go throughout the entire facility.
Yeah, so that echoes out right through, and what happens next is essentially where we will leave it off, right? So we have a situation that you are in the next game, and we've essentially arrived at it, right? So what happens is a huge motherfucker shows up at the door. The door blasts open. There is a dwarf at the door, but he is, when I say huge, I mean this dwarf is either like part human or is just so like he is like close to 6 foot tall, but he's still got the width of a dwarf as he like pushes the door.
He's a wide man.
Yeah. He was coming down the corridor. You couldn't see this, but he was coming down the corridor like wide pudding. As he throws the door open, he takes a couple of steps in, and what I'm going to do is get you versus him to do a grapple. So that is going to be his strength versus your acrobatics or athletics, but this is a disadvantage.
Athletics at disadvantage. Gah!
Okie doke. Alright. So you are stood there as this door bursts open. This dwarf takes a couple of steps in. He's unarmed. But which kind of takes you off guard a little bit. And he puts both of his hands forward, grabs your cleaver and your frying pan, and then uses his foot to just kick you back, relieving you of your two weapons as you are thrust backwards and collapse into an open cage, which he then slams shut and it auto locks. And that's where you're left off. As he walks away, he turns and faces you and he says, always wanted to try Thanoi. And looks like you've already been fattened up.
I will let you know, Thanoi are quite fatty. Having eaten a couple myself, not the greatest meal.
You say that, right? And the guy beside you in the other cage looks at you like, oh shit, it is a kind of...
Listen, possession does a lot of crazy things to you, alright? Trust me, I tried.
And he, with that, the other guy leaves, closes the door with a slam. And what I'll say is, with the force of the door slamming, some metal pieces from around kind of collapse down, and you find basically some sharp metal spikes within hand's reach for makeshift weapons for next time.
Plenty of other weapons.
Oh, cool. Good.
So first of all, I'm carrying 2 frying pans, so I still got one. And then I still have the cleaver and the trident.
Ah, okay, right. Well, he didn't know that. He was like, that looks like a nice cleaver and frying pan. I'm a chef. I'll take those.
Yeah.
So yeah, he that's where we're leaving you off, and then the last thing is you've maybe been here for a little while. Your strength is not enough while you're exhausted to break out of this cage. What you do see though is the remnants of a previous victim still in the cage, just maybe enough to gnaw on if you fancied it. And
oh my gosh, no. Stop it. Sigurd is gonna look at the bone and just be like, it's so gamey, it's gross. No.
I love it. Right. Okay, good.
Sigurd,
I am so proud of you. Right? I'm so proud of you.
Listen, Sigurd's a chef. He doesn't have to have the highest quality things, but he's like,
you need
I've cannibalized once. It's not even worth it. It tastes disgusting. It's like, nah, dog.
All right. Well, eventually you hear the sound of what sounds like Corda and Enna down the corridor, making a racket. You hear something about cocaine dog, and you don't know exactly what's going on, but it sounds like Corda's up to something no good. So that's where we will pick up on Saturday.
Oh, I can't wait. Cocaine. Someone, there's a cocaine. I just can't wait for that to happen. And then all of a sudden, like, I just imagine Sigurd's gonna take his, like, remaining frying pan. He's like, whoop. And he's like, wait, he had another one. And I was just gonna start banging against the, like, rails and be like, hey,
Oh, also because we should have planes back.
Yay.
While you're in this cage, you feel from the pocket or pouch that you've been keeping the star map in, you feel it beginning to like vibrate and shift, and you take it out and you see it starting to glow, and that's where we'll leave it
I can't wait to give him the biggest walrus hug ever.
off. Awesome. All
If
right.
there's two people that Sigurd likes, it's Enna and Kid.